Hi, Joe. I think that the really neat thing here is that you've got eight different objects with eight completely different ideas. And I think this, to a very high degree, this assignment is an exercise in creativity. And you really are showing some really creative ideas here. And using this exercise to its full potential, I think it's a great idea to introduce eight different ideas instead of eight ideas regarding the same tool. Do you see what I'm saying? So again, a really great exercise in creativity. So let's go ahead and take a look. Now, all of the ideas are fantastic. Um, Really, I mean, they're good ideas. Some have a lot of levity to them. They're kind of cute and funny, and others are really pragmatic. I think that the magnifying glass that'll work. Um, a couple of others are really interesting. This is really interesting too, a ruler to count money. I think that's an interesting concept right there. Okay, so what I want to say is I want you to, I'm going to give you some tips here and some recommendations, and then I want you to make your own decision as to what direction you want to pursue. Being that, you'll choose the one that you think has the most potential based on some of the criteria I'm going to give right now. So the main thing here is setting up a good, solid narrative, good storytelling, as it were. And I think that involves a few steps, right? So in this particular case, it's important, and I'm going to go to the example that I've been using just to back up the uh, visual backup for what I'm going to cover right now. But in linear narrative is what? Okay, so you have the setup or the setting, introduction of the setting. You have introduction of the characters. Then you have the problem, introduction of the problem. Then your possible solutions, choosing the solution, implementing the solution, and then final outcome, right? And we can see that very clearly here. So we have the characters, kind of introducing the problem. The character's introduction, here's the setting. We've got the relationship here, and this is very definitive. They're in a relationship, a romantic relationship, because he's all wanting to get up and get some kisses, and she's saying, no way, not with that beard, right? So then we're setting it up. Okay, here's the problem. Here's a possible solutions. Okay, here's the aha moment, kind of where the apex of the story changes from problem definition to solution. Okay, aha. So he gets the tool, and then he starts implementing the tool. Then we work into final outcome. Then we show the ending with the happy ending, so to speak, right? So in a to a very high degree, the success of this project is going to depend on how you set up the narrative quality of your story. So I think it's really important to follow those parameters, the setup, introduction of the characters, introduction of the problem, introduction of proposed solutions, choosing the solution with the aha moment, and then implementing the solution, right? So think about that when you're thinking about what direction to move forward in, because some of these will have a higher um, potential for narrative quality. Do you see what I'm saying? One of the things I noticed in your sketches is not all of them, and I know you're just showing ideas, but if you show your sketches, if you use characters in your sketches, um, it's going to be much more compelling to the viewer as opposed to not using characters. And I've seen both, and 9 times out of 10, not using characters is not as interesting as using characters. Now, when I say characters, you can use humans. I've also seen narratives where the main character are animals. So right now, I gotta say, all right, though. So this, I think, has got a lot of potential. So this almost reminds me of that scene in Animal House. Remember that movie Animal House, where that dude's playing all romantic guitar on the stairs at a keg party, and the other dude walks up and just grabs the guitar and smashes it. Right? It just kind of reminds me of that a little bit. But I think this has got a lot of really great qualities because it's got the potential to add a high degree of levity. So in other words, it's going to be humorous, and I think levity is an important part of this project because of the fact that we're repurposing a tool for something completely different. So aside that the illustrative quality, we really want to work on the narrative quality, right? So I think this has great potential. So think, regardless of which one you use, think about how you're going to set this narrative up, and really pay attention to the level of engagement that the viewer is going to have with this And the level of the quality of storytelling is very, very important here. So again, brush up on linear narrative and basic elements of storytelling, and then go ahead and start thinking about how you're going to set this narrative up. I think 10 to 12 frames is ideal for this project. We've got some great examples here. And again, note the linear narrative, note the quality of storytelling here. And then these ones I think are also very good. I think these ones, the color versions, are just a little bit more effective. And then these ones down here are great ideas as well. So definitely use those for inspiration moving forward. All right, so that is what I have. So go ahead and make your decisions and we'll move on to the next step. But in between now and then, be sure to let me know if you have any questions or any comments or clarifications need to be made, and I'll be glad to do so. All right, Joe, thank you very much. Great ideas. Thank you.